Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribed to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. What's poppin'? Smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit the like button, man. Shout out to all y'all that rock with SBGB TV. You know I appreciate y'all, man. Ah, man. Yeah. We've been going hard in the paint all month. Yeah. We've been going hard in the paint all month. Non-stop. And we got a week left. We got a week left in this month. And I think we really been doing good at being consistent. And we just gonna keep turning it up. Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with SBGB TV, man. Yeah. And we gonna go in today, you know. Wack always lies, man. He's a liar, you know, and we expose the lie, man. We expose the snake, the lie, continuously. Yeah. And make sure y'all smash that like button too. If you haven't hit that like button for the show. And subscribe to the channel. We on our way to 23,000 subscribers. Yeah. It's moving. You know, it's moving. Nehemiah, DJ A1, Wisdom Seeker, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? Yeah. We gonna run this live today, and we gonna definitely react to Wack lying. That's what he always does. You know, always. It's a lie. Jam Meeks, what's happening? What's happening? Yeah, man, I just had a little something to eat, and I'm laid back. Yeah, I'm laid back. C Brown, what's happening? What's happening? Yeah, man. Hold up. Let me put this together. Let me put this together, man. Let me put this together. We dropping content, though. We here for it. We here for it. We dropping content. Yeah, we gonna react though, but I'm on autopilot. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm on autopilot. Y'all know I be going hard, so I'm on autopilot. I'm here. What's cracking though? What's good? I hope everybody had a good day. You know, got some things done that they wanted to get done for the weekend. Ready to start this week here off on a good note. Yeah. Hope everybody is ready for the week, man. You know, it's Thanksgiving this Thursday. And you know, I'm gonna make my own turkey, right? I'm gonna make my own sides, make me some greens, some cabbage, you know, some stuffing, and baked potato. Yeah. That's gonna be my Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm gonna enjoy it in my zone and give thanks that I got my freedom. You know, that I am here, alive, that I'm blessed, and I'm gonna enjoy that day. Yes, I am. You know, I'm gonna cook my turkey for 8 hours on 200, and I'm gonna make sandwiches for a few days. You know, I'm gonna make sandwiches for a few days, and I'm gonna enjoy my turkey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I'm gonna get a peace of mind. You know, I can have a straight party, right, by myself. Yeah, I can literally have a party by myself. Ain't nothing like it. You know, ain't nothing like it. And enjoy it too. Turn the music on and be in my zone. So I'm looking forward to making me a nice meal. Yeah. Sit back on Thanksgiving. Yeah, man. Oh, man. I'm on autopilot, man. What's popping, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Yeah, on the holidays, man. This how I do the holidays, man. Yeah. You know, I enjoy being by myself. I enjoy it. You know, ain't nothing like it. Now, I could go around other people if I want to, but I have a great time by myself. You know, I got a great time chilling. You know, I can go around people if I want to. Yeah. But you know, I'm getting older, right? And, you know, it's different now. You know, when I was younger, the older people that, you know, put stuff together, they used to hold it down. They ain't around no more, man. So, you know, I can do it by myself. I'm going to put it together. And I ain't got to have a whole bunch of people around me. You know, some people, right, they like having a whole bunch of people at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. You know, I got a neighbor and they always got a whole bunch of people at the house throwing something. I'll be like, damn, they done pulled down by my spot. I'll be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? I don't never do that though. You know what I'm saying? I like my space, man. You know, I just like my space. You know, so nobody like gets comfortable around here. You know what I'm saying? You start having people at the house, next thing you know, they showing up, knocking on the door. You know, next thing you know, something missing. But what I did learn about life, it's always the people that you know that, you know, have other people feeling comfortable with coming to your house. You know, people that don't know you, they not comfortable. They don't know what you got. They don't know how you gonna react. So usually it's somebody that you know, they'll tell somebody else, yo, he got this here, or he's usually there. And you know, but people that don't know you, they skeptical because they don't know what they gonna run into. And I like it that way. You know, I like it that way. I'm able to be in my own zone and be peaceful. Yeah. He said, DZ, you don't gotta be by yourself. You can come chill with me and the fam. Just catch a flight. And I appreciate that, Nehemiah. You know, I appreciate that. But it just ain't nothing like being in your own space. Ain't nothing like it. Yeah. I'm going to be on live. You know, I'm going to get on live. And that's how I'm doing it. I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying? I'm locked in. I'm going to probably be on live, you know, while I'm cooking at the same time, right? And I think that, you know, me being on live while I'm cooking is like, you know, letting the people in while I'm cooking, you know? The streets do that to you. Yeah. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. The streets do, you know, make you leery about a lot of things and a lot of people. The streets do that to you. And from, you know, me being in the streets, it definitely make me look at everything different. And I appreciate that, Nehemiah. Facts. Yeah. The streets make me look at everything different. I ain't even gonna lie. And just because I'm not in the streets no more doesn't mean I lose the mentality of how to, you know, be on point and pay attention. You know, I really think, you know, those experiences that I had give me the ability to, you know how to move, to know what to look for. You know, I ain't the type to, you know, be around and into everything. Yeah. I feel as you got less problems at the house. When you home, you got less problems at the crib. Damn right. Straight up. He said you grew up in Chicago. Yeah. It is rough out there. Shout out to Chicago. It's rough in Chicago. Yeah. You know, when you in the crib and you in your space, man, ain't no trouble in the crib. Ain't no trouble. You know, when you run in the street, you don't enjoy your house, right? And you running around the street, doing whatever you doing in the street, and you don't enjoy your house at all. And once you get jammed up, all you do is think about your house. Man, I could have been home chilling. Man, I wish I would have stayed in. Man, damn. It would have been good to chill in the house. When they force you to sit in the cell and you can't go out nowhere, you know, that shit, like, you think about the house. And, you know, at this point in my life, right, no matter, you know, how high DZ go up, right, it's a lot of things that I see people do now that, you know, might have some money that I've already done. So it's like those things is not going to excite me the same. So, you know, like when I hear Charleston White say he in the clubs by himself, and, you know, he in the strip club here, strip club that. Charleston White just started getting some money, right? So it's very exciting for him to go in the strip club and be able to move around. As to, I did that a whole bunch of times. Strip clubs in different states, you know, all over the world, having a ball. So me getting some paper now, the strip club, going to the strip club is, you know, cool, but it's not going to be something I want to do every week. You know, these jokers, they like at the club every weekend. Every weekend. It's like, nigga, I don't want to be around you niggas every weekend. I don't want to see you niggas all the time. I might want to, you know, once in the blue eye, I'm hanging out. But all the time, you know, so that shit there, it like leaves room for problems to be created. Yeah. Now you can go and, you know what I mean, you might not have problems, but eventually, you know, a whole bunch of drunk people, it causes problems. A whole bunch of drunk people hanging out will cause problems. Facts. You know, so these dudes are customers in John's. Yeah. It causes a whole bunch of, you know, problems. And I think, you know, the older you get, you gotta have, you know, matured somewhere. But some of these people don't start getting some money until they are older. So, no, they're not mature at all. They start getting some money. It's like, man, you know, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So, and, you know, I understand. You know, it's like, in that era back in the day, right? When Rick Ross came out with Every Day I'm Hustling, and before that, when the Clips was saying, I'm known for the flip of that cocaine, I'm heavy in the street like the 7 Series Beamer, man. Hit him with the Nina, man. Or that 4/5 guaranteed to lean your man. Whoa. I'm the reason that your block is vacant. Malicious to hit you. Just to make a statement, bitch. That era, I was popping then. So, you know, I had a hell of a time. You hear me? I had a hell of a time out there for years. And, you know, I honestly, you know, think that with some people, you know, timing is good and some people timing is bad. You know, I think my timing for me to have this like mind state is perfect for me, you know, because I know I was off the hook at one time, like crazy, you know, crazy. And now I'm so calm, you know, my mind frame is just so different. So, you know, I'm reserved and relaxed now. For real. I can turn up though. Yeah. He said, I ain't frequenting no place my people don't own. And, you know, most of them places that people acting like they own, they don't. They just be the face of it. Promoting, you know, something so they can get some money off the place. Yeah. But, you know, in my time, man, my time, boy, like, now I just got my mind in a different direction. My mind's in a different direction. And I'm glad I got it all out of me. Being real. I'm glad I got it all out of me. Yeah, you know, I might slide out once in the blue, but then when I slide out afterwards, I'll be like, you know. But I got a different type of grind and I'm on a mission. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a mission. Straight up. I'm on a mission. You said you was at Lynchburg, VA when that album dropped. Fire. Fire. Yeah. Fire, man. You know, I really remember, you know, man, you know, young nigga, you hear me? Young nigga. Yeah. Young nigga. You know. And we was running around, man. We was running around. It had a ball too, though. I ain't gonna lie. We had a ball. Had fun. Enjoying. Doing whatever we wanted to do. Yeah. Them days right there. Memorable. Memorable, man. Memorable. I ain't gonna lie. Memorable. Yeah. And, you know, I think around that time, right? Because I was on pretrial for like a year and a half one time, right? Because when I got locked up, I had got the 3 years. But when I first got arrested, they locked me up and I sat in jail for 4 months. and they dropped the charges. So I had got the lawyer to put some paperwork in, asking for everything, on the case. So they dropped the whole case. And 7 months later, they came back and charged me with second degree. So I sat in jail for 4 months. I was in the hole for 90 days, right? And now I was 19, right? I was 19, had the big body Benz, you know what I'm saying, the S-Class. And, had a couple dollars. I was a YN then. And I was running around having a ball. Big body Benz. Enjoying the moment. Had my crib. I got the crib. I had the camera set up. I'm in the crib. So when them people hit the crib, I seen them on the camera. I'm like, oh shit, it's going down. They here, they got me. It's over. And I went in for 4 months. I thought it was going to be over then. 90 days in the hole. And I did a month on the pod. And then they dropped the case. But I learned something else too on that case, right? When I turned 18, I went and bought a shotgun, right? A riot pump shotgun when I turned 18. And I went to the store and got it, And when I went to the store, I got the gun, filled out everything official. It had the joint in the crib official. But I learned something about the law, right? From me buying that gun. And when they locked me up for first degree murder, they found the gun in the house. I'm like, it's my gun, right? They gave me a charge for the gun. And I'm like, damn, I bought this legally. So, like I said, I'm sitting in the hole for 90 days. I get out the hole and I go on the pod for a month. I had got one attorney from the door, and the attorney I got, he didn't write me or nothing, so I wrote him a letter. He ain't like what I wrote in the letter, so he wrote me back saying he was going to drop the case because he didn't like what I said to him. Because I said, yo, man, I'm innocent. Why I haven't heard nothing from you? I'm in here, innocent man, and I ain't heard nothing from you. I think he had been my lawyer for like a month or two, but he ain't write me or nothing. So he dropped the case. I hired another attorney. And so my boys, they gave the attorney 5 bands, right? My niggas, they came through. You know what I'm saying? My niggas. Real rap. My niggas gave the attorney 5 bands, came through, right? And the attorney put some stuff in, asking for certain evidence and some more details on the case. And they dropped the case. So I'm thinking I'm good. So I know I'm innocent. right? It's my ministry. So they let me bail out for the shotgun. So they kept me with the shotgun charge and dropped the case and everything else with the murder shit, right? So I'm out on bail for the shotgun that I purchased legally. So I know I'm gonna spank that. I'm spanking that. I bought that legally, right? And what they did was 7 months later, they re-indicted me on second-degree murder, right? So now I'm in the crib, right? Chilling. It's late night, like about 8, 9 o'clock. The attorney called me. He said, yo, we gotta go turn you in tonight. Like, why? He said they re-indicted you. Second-degree murder. I'm like, for what? Thought that was over. He said, they want to, bring the case back. So I'm like, damn, right? He come out in his slippers, his pajamas, and everything. He say, but listen, I'm going to get you a bail, though. He said, that's the good thing. Because around here, right, they don't be trying to get no bails up for no murder. You hear me? It'd be like very seldom do you get a bail for murder, right? He was like, I'm going to get you a bail. So he took me down there with him. And the judge was like, I don't know why y'all, giving him a bail, but I'm going to go with the recommendation, right? So they gave me the bail. I posted it. And when I posted the bail, they put me on the pretrial. And the whole time on the pretrial, they was harassing me and shit. The homicide detectives was following me around and shit like that, because I ain't had no license and none of that shit. So I would still be driving. I got the big Benz. I had 4 other squatters. So, and this was like around the time when 50 came out with the, in the hood, the police identify you by your car. That's why I switch up whips to stay off the radar. So I was like buying squatters left and right. I had one park here, one park there, one park. I'm jumping in and out of different cars and enjoying the life, young boy doing me. Now I'm on pre-trial, right? And the homicide detectives keep messing with me. They got me on curfew, right? And, I was living in a townhouse then, right? And at this time, right, it was a club jumping that we used to go to all the time, right? It was called Palmer's, right? Palmer's. We was in Palmer's heavy. Now I'm on bail. You hear me? And we was in Palmer's heavy. And then it was a strip club we was in heavy. It was called Night on Broad. We in there heavy. Night on Broad, you could take something in the back. Straight up. Yeah, you gotta be, from that era to know about Night on Broad. You could take something in the back. Quick. Yeah. So we was doing a lot of, going out then, having a ball. I had the big body Benz with the dinner plates on them. My man had the 745, you know. Yeah, and he had that joint new. Now we young niggas, 19. You hear me? My man had the 7, brand new. Yeah, fire. And this is before Rick Ross, every day I'm hustling. You hear me? This 02, 03, new shit. You know the 7 came out, the 745, his joint was a 03. So it was 03, he had the 03. Yeah, it was that era. You know, I remember, right? One time he let me hold the 7. I'm like, yo, let me hold the 7. Nigga, I'm going out. It's my birthday. He like, go ahead, take it. You know, that's how we do it. Go ahead, take it. You know, if anything happened, you gotta pay for it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't no calling my insurance. We don't do that. Nigga, give you the car. If anything happened to the car, you gotta pay that balance. So I'm at Palmer's one night with the car. You know, it's my birthday, and I locked the joint. Now the 7s was fresh out then. You know, when the 7s first came out, niggas was looking at them like the spaceship. So I'm at Palmer's, and I'm in the club having a ball. Somebody broke into the 7. Broke the key handle, the door where the key go in, but it didn't take no key to go in the door, but you could. You know how they got the joint, you could slip out the key fob if you want to go into the door, if you had to. So somebody took something, popped that out, boom, broke that joint. I get the car back to him like 6 in the morning. He like, yo, man, you messed the door handle up. I'm like, you sure? He like, man, my shit wasn't like this. Man, he took that shit to BMW. Man, they charged me $1,700. I said, God damn. I went out for a night on my birthday. Cost me $1,700. I'm on bail. You know, it's my man. I got to, you know what I mean? I got to pay it. And, you know, I had to pay him and my other man that $5,000 back from when they paid my lawyer. You know, the police took all my money. You know what I'm saying? When I got locked up, you know, they took all my money. I had a big bag of some paper. They came in with the paper like, this yours? I'm like, damn. Took all my money. So, you know, a nigga had to bring the beat back from the muscle. You know, I still have my cars in my crib, but I had to bring the beat back from the muscle. Bought that shit back. And that outing that I went out that time cost me $1,700. I'm on bail. We was having a ball. We was, you know, yeah, we was having a ball, man. You know, been the Strokers, Pink Pony, you know, all that shit. Magic City, you know, was having a ball, man. You know, and I've been living, man. I've been living. Straight up. I've been living. Yeah, I've been living, man. Facts. So, I'm out on bail, running around doing me, right? And they got me on pretrial. I made it through the pretrial, never got violated. And the whole time, you know, we was partying and having a ball. Like, we was having fun. You know what I'm saying? And I got the trial, went to war with them people. You know what I'm saying? Made it through. You know, I got convicted of blowing something up. yeah. So I made it through that. I got out. Uh Made it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? I went in for a 3-piece McNugget. I got through that. And you know, I always been a natural hustler. You know what I'm saying? And when I went in, right, I had dump trucks. So before I went to do that 3, I had 2 dump trucks. And they was working when I went in. You know, they was out there. They was running. 'Cause I used to run day and night. I would run down the port. You know, I be hauling everything. Dirt, salt, coke, everything. You know, with the dump trucks. And, you know, and the night before, I had to go to sentencing. You know, I was praying that I didn't go to jail. Like, man, I hope they give me a break. You know, I was praying. Now, mind you, right? My son, my oldest son, his mom gave birth to him while she was locked up. And I had to keep him by myself for 2 months. So what I did was I held it down, right? I kept my son from never having a child ever in my life for 2 months by myself, fresh out the womb. And, you know, I had to feed him, burp him, and change the diaper, you know what I'm saying, every 3 hours. And I did that shit by myself, no help. You know, and run my dump truck company. Yeah, so, you know, I had knew this lady in the neighborhood that, you know, I would pay her to watch him for a couple hours. He was an infant, you know, so I would pay her to watch him for a couple hours while I ran around and did what I had to do with my trucks and whatever I was doing. And then I would come back in the crib and, you know, hold it down. And the night before I went to jail, right? I was out there with my trucks. I had to get them straight because they was running down the port that night. When I went to sentencing, they was at work. I'm thinking, you know, the judge might give me probation because I had never been convicted as a felon as an adult. But let me tell y'all this real quick, right? So when I was a juvenile, I had a felony conviction. And one thing that I didn't know is if you're ever convicted as a felon, as a juvenile, you can't possess a firearm until you're 25. And I didn't know that. Whereas though, if you've never been convicted as a felon, as a juvenile, you can buy a shotgun at 18. So I was thinking that I was cool. So when I bought the shotgun, that's what they had charged me, saying that I was in possession of a firearm and I wasn't 25. But I beat the shit anyway because I went and bought the gun from the store. They did a background check. So, you know, they didn't hold that on me. That shit got dropped. But yeah, so I went to the port. I'm messing with the truck. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody, washing after my son, and I go back to the crib. I spent the last couple hours with him, right? And my baby mom, she was locked up. And they purposely kept her locked up while, they could have let her out, right? They could have let her out of jail, but they didn't on purpose. And that's because they wanted her to testify against me, right? And she didn't. So they made her sit in jail because she didn't testify. And when I went for sentencing, they gave me the 3 years, right? And they let her out 2 days after. So my boys, mom held my son down for the 2 days because now both of his parents is in jail. You know what I mean? I just got sentenced to 3 years, and his mom, she didn't have no sentence because they was just holding her to separate us. You know what I'm saying? She ain't had no sentence. She refused to testify, and they was trying to get her to testify against me. And I always told women, when I was in the street, right, to never ever try to help me if you ever think that I'm in a situation. You know what I'm saying? And she thought that she was helping me, and in all actuality, it was hurting me. She thought that she was helping me by like letting them know that I didn't do anything, right? But one thing people gotta understand is you never ever explain yourself to the police. You never do that, right? And she thought that she was helping me, and it put her in a situation behind that. And I tried to make sure that I like kept her out the way. I try to like tell her, yo, I even went and got another crib for her and everything. I was like, yo, you can't come outside. The car was bombed out. And I'm like, you can't come outside because they looking for you. You know what I mean? And, she came outside one time after hours and they swung her, right? And then that's when they gave her a ransom bond, because they wanted her to testify against me. And she was pregnant. So that was crazy, but in that aspect, she did, hold it down. And, when it was the trial time, she got in there and they was trying to ask her about testifying. And she like, I'm not testifying. I don't know anything about the situation. So, they held her in contempt of court. And this was during my trial. You know what I'm saying? This is during my trial, so she did a little bit of time behind that. She did a little bit of time behind that. And my son was born in there. And, you know, I had to jump straight into that mode that I really didn't know nothing about from, you know, while he was in jail, while she was in jail. And I held it down. You know, I held that shit down. And they let her out 2 days after I got sentenced. And, you know, that was the end of our relationship. You know what I mean? Because now I'm locked up. She out. And I got a tray ball. You know, when you go to jail, people's lives don't stop because you in jail. So, you know, they gonna move on. You know what I mean? But I went to trial and I got found guilty of blowing something up. And I didn't get found guilty of the murder. So, yeah. So I need y'all to, you know, be tuned in, right? Because I'm about to drop that book for that story so y'all can know the full details of how everything happened in that case. You know, straight up, everything that I went through with the case. And, you know, how the prosecutors pushed the case on me and they know I ain't do the murder. Yeah. So make sure y'all be tuned in because I'm about to drop that shit. And I'm going to try to drop that shit next month. Yeah. I'm going to try to drop the book next month. And I'm going to put that joint out there, man. I've been through a lot of shit, though. You know, I've been through a lot of shit. Yeah. So one thing people, you know, got to understand, I'm built for this shit. You hear me? So any of these, like, little peewee jokers that, you know, think talking about me means something, that shit don't mean nothing to me, nigga. Nigga, if you ever been to trial for a murder, nigga, that you didn't do, and sitting there with your life in them white people hand, and you gotta expect some white people to come back and say you didn't do something that you know you didn't do when they looking at a nigga. Man, these niggas on the internet talking about Deezy, that niggas don't hold no weight, nigga. None. Like none. Yeah. Now, I've been through the fire. The real fire. The real fire. Shit that, you know, these jokers would have folded. You hear me? Folded. So, just believe. I don't worry about none of these niggas that talk about me on the internet. Nah, especially when they lying and shit. Like, even if they wasn't lying, but, you know, when they lying and shit, man, I don't worry about nobody talking about me. Because I know they couldn't handle that type of pressure. Straight up. They couldn't handle that. You hear me? My aunt, right? You know, she died in 2005, right? You know, that was my baby, right? She was definitely crazy as they come, right? And she was sick, right? She had that book bag, right? And she was my baby. And she told me in 98 that she had the book bag, right? And I'm like, damn, you know, oh shit. So when I was locked up, right, I would call home and talk to her, right? She was like, Deezy, you better tell. I said, I can't do that, man. And now I'm on the jail phone too. I'm like, I can't do that. I said, man, I know I ain't do nothing. And cause they put me on the front page, right? They put me on the front page of the paper and shit, right? And I think I still got a few family members that still got the shit though, right? They put me on the front page of the paper and shit. She was like, you better tell. You can't sit there for life. She said, you better tell. I said, nah, I ain't gonna be here for life, baby. I ain't do it. So, it ain't no reason for me to tell, right? And I just remember, that always, sit in my head how she would say it on the phone. I'm like, nah, she would write me and shit, and I had got out, I was still fighting the case when she died and shit. And I went to trial that year. So I was still fighting the case and shit when she died. But, it was just, I think about, how she would say like, oh, you better tell. Like, nah, I can't tell, man. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely, put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I always been a soldier. You know what I mean? Now I'm a civilian now. It's a different ball game now. You hear me? But when I was in the streets, I'm playing, by the street rules. Yeah, I played by the street rules in the street. But I'm a civilian now. And I'm going to live like a civilian for the remainder of my life. I think I had a long stretch, and to keep it a buck, right? I got to keep it a buck. 13 years old. 13. I was on the block. You hear me? 13. Yeah. I was on the block. I remember my first double up, nigga, at 13. And I played by those, rules on the street for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to talk about that shit with a different state of mind. You know what I'm saying? With a different state of mind. Yeah. And I'm, proud about, me growing and maturing. I'm proud as they come. You know what I'm saying? I grew and I matured. So, yeah. This why niggas talking about me on the internet, they can, they can't do nothing with me. Cause I know I'm the real deal. It's a lot of niggas on the internet that's fabricating. Yeah. That's cause they haven't lived how I live. Yeah. I ain't on the internet, saying that I was out here popping this and popping that. No, I was getting money. You hear me? Yeah, I was getting money. You know what I'm saying? Since a young boy. You know, since a young boy, I was getting money. You know, yeah. And, you know, from the old heads that I knew, right? We was always taught that you can't get money and have violence around you. It's never gonna work, right? So when I see how these niggas be running around and they be extorting shit, and you know, I know you can't get no money like that. If you lay the game down trying to make money with violence, they're gonna get you out of there. You know, you already, you know, somewhat loud from trying to get some money, but then to bring the violence into it, you know, they're gonna get you out of there every time. And I understood that. You know, I understood that, you know. And, you know, through my times growing up, you know, niggas always hated on me. You know, I always got hated on. Straight up. Straight up. Just being real. Always was hated on. You know? And that's just a part of the game. You know? I always been hated on. You know? But I always got to the paper. Yeah. You know, one thing I understand, right? It's gonna be like a lot of people, right, that are gonna be upset, you know, because they can see that everybody's paying attention to me, right? They can see this shit, right? They can feel it. You know, it's that feeling to see that this nigga, right, got everybody paying attention. They upset. Listen, niggas be looking. You know, they might not say nothing, right? But they come checking to see about me on the late night. They come see it. Let me see if these on. Sick. I know who I am. And I love who I am. You hear me? I know who I am. Yeah. I'm one getting money motherfucker. Yeah. I'm one getting money motherfucker. Yeah. And like I said before though, man, a lot of these niggas that's on the internet, they like con artists, they robbery niggas. It don't be no niggas that had that shit. Nah. They all be like robbery niggas, con artists, or, you know, they might been a college motherfucker. Niggas that was, you know, getting money. I wish, like, on some real shit, I wish that the niggas that was getting money would, you know, leave the streets alone and come do this shit and say, forget the streets. Just, you know, come do this shit. Come get on the internet, tell your story, you know, and just focus on this, you know, because it can provide, you know, a better living for you. You know, but, you know, niggas be scared, man. They be like, you know, stuck in the mentality of being in the street, and then they don't want to scale their life back, Like, cause coming on YouTube, starting off, you gotta like scale your life back. You know what I mean? Cause you gotta build it up. So it's not like you just gonna come on YouTube and start making videos and you just be at the top. Nah, you gotta scale your life back. And a lot of people, what I'm saying, they like, that's coming from the streets, they don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And let's understand that's what you got to do. And guess what? I put my mind and prepared myself to do that, knowing I got to scale my life back, right? Boom. To get it in go mode. And like I said, it's going to be like 24 months. Because I'm going to do this shit every day. I don't give a fuck who say what in the comments. Nigga, I live good. I got a big ass fucking house, nigga. Yeah, I got a big house. Nigga, I got the frog in the garage, nigga. You hear me? I got some money in the bank, nigga. You hear me? If I want to get some pussy, I can get some pussy, nigga. It's like, I live good. And I know it's going to be a lot of niggas that, going to envy that. I got a different allure to me, man. It's like my shit different, nigga. I got the real doughboy swag, nigga. That real shit. So I know it's gonna be, a lot of niggas that's gonna envy. They gonna envy. I understand this. Yeah, it's a part of the game. But you can't stop this, nigga. You can't stop a nigga that really had it, nigga. Like, for real, nigga. Any of the niggas that, want to talk about me and say anything, I know you wasn't getting no money. You wasn't getting no money. You don't know how to get money. You never got no money, ever. Ever. Now, I ain't talking about you little ball game niggas. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about them. Not you little BG niggas. Not you little quarter niggas. Or you little OZ niggas. I ain't talking about that. I'm saying you wasn't getting no money, man. You hear me? So, I understand that you can't hear me and understand me, because I don't resonate with you. And I understand that. I don't resonate with you. I resonate with the real ones. Yeah. I always resonate with real ones. I don't resonate with people like Wack100. I do not resonate with them because they're fufafi individuals. I don't resonate with these podcaster niggas that want to talk about me. I don't resonate with them. You understand what I'm saying? We don't, I live in my own shit. You feel me? I've been to settlement a few times in my life. I know what it feels like to sit down at a settlement table and sign a whole bunch of documents as being a purchaser and a seller. I don't resonate with you jokers. You understand what I'm saying? My life is different. And, my experiences is what's going to make me, grow the way we going to grow. And my understanding for the game. Like, everything we do, it's a game, right? And you got to know how to play the game. I know how to turn it up on here if I want to. And I know how to relax. I know what I need to do to turn it up. And what I've understood is a lot of these jokers don't know what they need to do to turn it up. A lot of these jokers, they just be, I'm very, very versatile. Very, very. And I know I got these niggas watching. Yeah, I got niggas' attention. A nigga like me. Yeah. I don't care like where you from, because it's people all over the world that get money. But I just know that, the niggas that do the goofy shit on here, they wasn't getting no money. They don't know how to get no money. Nothing. These niggas follow niggas like Wack100. Like, straight up. They follow niggas like Wack. And, Wack isn't that smart. He's just a manipulator. And he manipulates dumb people. This is why he's able to manipulate them. Hey, RM, we got him straight out of here. You gotta go, buddy. Yeah, create another one so we can get you again. And, and one thing, I don't even understand why people like keep saying the same shit, right? I don't understand that. They say my name, they say, my address. What the fuck does that do? I don't understand it. But this how a nigga know that they be small-minded. You got to get on there and figure out how to grind. I already figured out. Every month, what I'm saying, I'm in the building. Oh, I'm in rotation now. And I'm only going to turn it up. I'm in rotation. All the way. Yeah, I'm in rotation. Yeah. And, I done found out, a little understanding, from, observing. I'm a good observer. I like to observe, what I'm saying? I know how to turn it up, if I want to. But I'm live every day. And what I notice about some of these people, they worried about the views. I can get on here, right, and go on my phone and get the views up. Nah. This is about the consistency, the building. Right now, I'm in the building phase. This is building right here. That's all. All I'm doing is building. The Fufafi people, they gonna come around and go. The real ones, they gonna be here, right? And then you got the other Fufafi people that's gonna keep checking. Let me see what Deezy doing. I gotta tell you guys, I'm gonna be here for the remainder of my life. I want you to understand this now. I'm gonna be on YouTube for the remainder of my life. For the remainder. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the internet for the remainder of my life. And even when I'm gone, I'ma still be on the internet. Forever. Straight up. So, to the people that's hating, man, don't worry about it, man. It's gonna be all right, man. You gotta see me. I come from the real struggle. 13 years old, man. I was out there at 13. You hear me? At 13. You hear me? 13. Shit was, real. Yeah. And now niggas gotta watch me on their phone, on their TV, and I'm locked. You know what I'm saying? I'm locked. My swag is on 1,000. My swag's on 1,000. You hear me? My swag is on 1,000. It's on 1,000. Shit's crazy. I'm original. Yeah, I'm original. I ain't on here talking no gang shit. I'm original. You know, as a kid, right? I just gotta say this, right? Because we was talking about this earlier, right? As a kid, right? You don't want to listen to your parents. You want to do what you want to do as a kid, right? Niggas want to rebel. They want to run around. They want to do what they want to do as a kid, right? I can't understand, right? And I don't know. Maybe the gang members, they might understand it, but I don't, right? I don't understand how a grown man that rebels as a kid, doesn't want to listen as a kid, becomes an adult and want to take orders for some bird brain ass niggas. Now, I don't understand that. I don't get it. And maybe they get it, but I don't get it. So when I listen to Blueface saying he follows the program and he programmed, right? You 28 years old. You a grown man that I'm sure you rebelled against your parents. But you get on the internet and tell the world that you follow the rules as an adult. If that's not goofy, what is? These niggas that's out here gang banging or even affiliated with a gang. You didn't even want to listen to your parents. Why you want to listen to some niggas that never even graduated high school and follow rules? Now, that shit don't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense at all. Straight up. But I bet they can't even understand that. They probably can't even say it to themselves. Like, why am I listening to these niggas? You following the rules of what? Straight up. You rebelled on your mom and dad your whole childhood life. You snuck out. You skipped school. You stole from the store. You did all this shit, but you wait to become an adult, and now you want to listen to some old niggas. This shit's crazy. That shit is crazy. That's just crazy work to me. But, you know, if that's what they on, better them than me. Straight up. Better them than me. Yeah. Makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure it's some niggas that, you know, might be gang affiliated that watch. Hey, man, but I just don't get it. You know, I'm my own man, right? I don't like niggas around me. I be damned if I'm gonna follow an order from a nigga. Yeah, I don't like niggas around me. Yeah. I can't stand it. So, you know, I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all wake up and say, damn, why am I following this nigga? This nigga ain't even got no damn common sense. Yeah. I ain't looking to be a part of nothing. You hear me? Yeah, even when I was in the street, wasn't looking to be a part of nobody else's shit. Like, hold up, nigga. That's how the Rico come. Yeah, I'm thinking about the Rico. So, you know. I feel good, man. We gonna run through this whack content in a second. You know, we gonna run through this whack content in a second. But yeah. I'm feeling good. I ain't gonna lie. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I done found a way, literally, and force people to get to know me. You hear me? People I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I found a way, keeping it real. I got these people that I don't even know saying shit about me. You know what I'm saying? These niggas say, yo, this nigga, man, who this nigga, huh? Nigga, you ain't gonna never forget me, nigga. Because I'm gonna be big one day, nigga. You never gonna forget me. And, you know, while y'all paying attention to me, right? Talking stuff about me. Acting like, you know, you doing something, talking slick about me, right? I'm gonna tell you, I'm paying attention to the niggas that is doing it. And I see what the hell I need to do. I say, okay. And I guarantee you, right? I guarantee you the YouTubers that, you know, had to find their way in the game, that are, you know, doing their thing, you know, that are up. I ain't talking about, you know, these weird motherfuckers, right? I guarantee you when they see me, right, they can see I got my own swag. I don't got no swag like none of these niggas. You hear me? I got my own swag. All the way live. My shit ill too. You know? That's because I'm authentic. You know what I mean? Straight up. That's because I'm authentic. You know? That's because I'm authentic. For real. You know? And I just be me. You know? I just be me. I'm authentic and I just be me. So to the niggas that is upset, I gotta tell you, right? If I'm the name you need to say to get noticed, hey, man, that's just what's gonna happen. Got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. If that's the name you got to say to get noticed, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, that motherfucker big, man. Go look at that motherfucker. You gotta look at that motherfucker on Google Earth, though. You hear me? You gotta go look at that motherfucker on Google Earth. You hear me? That's what you gotta do, though. Go look at that motherfucker on Google Earth. You hear me? That's what you gotta go do. Go on Google Earth, right? And look at that motherfucker. You hear me? You gotta look at that motherfucker on Google Earth. It might make your stomach hurt. You hear me? Listen, it might make your stomach hurt. You hear me? Damn, this nigga living good, man. Man, I can't stand that nigga SBGB, man. You gotta look at that motherfucker on Google Earth. You hear me? I ain't even gonna lie. You might see the frog out there. Look at that motherfucker on Google Earth. You might see the frog in the driveway. You hear me? Just saying. You hear me? I ain't gonna lie. Look at that motherfucker on Google Earth now. You might see the frog in the driveway, my nigga. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You hear me? Yeah. Yeah. Half a ticket. Yeah. Before the internet. So you know what I'm going to do with the internet. Half a ticket. Before the internet. You hear me? A half a ticket before the internet. You know what I'm going to do with the internet, right? Give me a couple years. That motherfucker going to be about 2.3 point something. Give me a couple years now. Straight up. You hear me? Yeah. Give me, hey, listen. 5 years of me doing this shit. Nigga, I'm going to have some husky shit. Listen. 5 years. I'm telling you right now. I don't give a fuck. 5 years of me doing this right here every day. See, this is the type of hustler I am. That's why, you know, I appreciate niggas talking about me, right? Y'all gonna see it from the door, right? Yeah, y'all gonna see it from the door, right? 5 years. I'm gonna be sitting here. I'm gonna sit right here for 5 years every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit here. No cap. You hear me? Every day. All day. Dropping videos. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Niggas sick. Gotta watch me. You know what I'm saying? Sick. You hating? We sick, right? We gonna be in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know. Yo. You hear that echo? Yo! You hear that echo? Yeah. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look that. Hey, man. You gotta look. Hey, listen. You know what's so crazy, right? That's what's crazy. When a nigga gotta look and see, man, this nigga really living like that, man. Damn. This nigga really living like that. Damn. You know, listen, I know a lot of these niggas, right? Upset. Nigga gotta hate because a nigga really living like that, man. Yeah, so you gotta, I know when you look at this shit, right? You gotta look at this shit and go through the pictures. You gotta go through the pictures. That's the shit that make you sick. Man, damn, man. How this nigga, man? This nigga, man. Look at this joint, right? And go through the pictures. Look at the pictures and swipe them. Damn. Too much was popping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? Fucking shit. You know? Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? We had Thanksgiving in here. I had the turkey. You know what I'm saying? On 200 for 8 hours. Turkey gonna fall apart. Yeah, and I'm gonna get on live. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on live stream. Yeah. Motherfuckers sick. They sick. Hey, listen, one thing, you know what I'm saying? Right though, run the table. You know what I'm saying? One thing, you know, I was prepared for the internet. You hear me? I was prepared. You know what I'm saying? You know, when a nigga talk about me, right? All they do is light me up. I know niggas watching. They sick of the motherfucker about DZ, man. Yo, man, this nigga, man. This nigga, man. Yo, man, fuck that, man. I should go live again and go downstairs and play pool. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember I go downstairs and play pool. Go down there and hit the heavy bag. I go down there and get busy. It's the good life, man. It's the good life. Nigga, I set my life up perfectly. You hear me? I set my life up perfectly. I'm blessed, man. I'm really blessed. You know, I set this motherfucker up perfectly. You hear me? And you know what God did? He gave me the direction, right? He said, go ahead. You got it. I sent you through all the obstacles. I sent you through all of them. You got it from here. I said, oh yeah, I got it. I got it. Sit back. Let me handle this. Let me handle this. Let me handle this. I got it. I got it. You know. Now nigga gotta, oh man, you know, I guarantee you, watch. In a couple years, they all gonna be really sick. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, in a couple years, they all gonna be sick. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody. All them niggas, they gonna be sick. Sick. They gonna be super sick. They sick now. You know, they really gonna be sick. Shay, what's up, baby? Yeah, they gonna be sick. Man, I hate this nigga DZ. I know, man. I just felt like, you know what I'm saying, coming on talking. But we gonna go over something in a minute. I just feel like talking, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like talking. And I just feel like, you know, touching the people. You know what I'm saying? It's what I'm doing to people that rock with me. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And I'm feeling good. And, you know, I'm feeling real good. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm feeling real good. Real good. One of them nights. You know what I'm saying? Hey, RM, them niggas is they angry for real, ain't they? Hey, sick. I don't even know why. It's like, see, they don't understand. It's like, it's certain niggas, right? When you real, you real. What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm the real deal, nigga. What you want me to do, man? I'm the real deal. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin', Dustin? You know what I'm saying? When you real, man. Yeah. They sick. You know, Wack, he gotta watch me. Wack gotta watch me. That nigga, man, this nigga, man. Man, listen. I told Wack what I was gonna do, though. That's the thing I told the nigga. Yo, I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. He thought I was playing. You know, Wack thought I was one of the clubhouse niggas. Like, man, nah, they all said, nigga, I'm different, nigga. I'm different. Yeah. Yes. And I understand the art, you know, to building a YouTube channel, right? I had to learn, you know, from experience, but I do understand the art to building it. And some of these jokers, you know, that be on YouTube, they don't understand the art to build the channel. They just want to do YouTube because they see other people doing the YouTube. Now, it's a certain art to start this shit. Yeah, it's a whole, you know, situation to start the shit. You know what I mean? And I know, you know, these jokers don't understand it, you know, so they watching me and they like, okay, all right, Nigga, I come in the game and you know, y'all following me. You hear me? These niggas, man, we be talking about Wack. I be spoke. No. Now you niggas want to talk about Wack more, huh? Nigga, who got you talking about Wack like that? Who, huh? Who did it? More now. Yeah. But, you know, these niggas, they fall off because they not versatile. They ain't versatile. Like, if I wanted to, right? This how bad I am on some real shit, right? And I'm just in my own zone right now because I feel like talking shit, right? If I wanted to, I can talk about Wack 2 times a day, right? And know how to deliver it and make people watch and get it cracking. I could do it 2 times a day, but it just takes another level of energy to do it. But I could if I wanted to. Twice a day now. Because I did it before. You know. But now, you know, I'm laid back with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know. Straight up. DZ thought he could change the direction on how you're going to come at it. Nah, it ain't gonna work. I could talk about the nigga twice a day, you know, and be good with it. Cause I did it before, you know. See, you know, I can say certain things because I know, you know, the people that try to like follow my style, it's like they can't do it. See, I can get on here, go hard on Wack, and then give the people who I am, right? And my life is so real, it's gonna make the real ones resonate with me. I could do this, you know? And I see that, you know, we growing every single day. So I love that. Every day we get new subscribers. That means a lot. You know, every day I'm learning. That means a lot. And now we dropping the content. So listen, I'm gonna blow niggas out the water in a minute. I'm telling them now. I know they watching, and I know they gonna be mad. I'm gonna blow them out the water in a minute. Yes, straight up. You hear me? ARM, 23,000 subscribers on the way. Listen, we gonna blow them out the water in a minute. Very shortly, you know, I'm putting my mind together. I'm watching some shit. I'm learning some shit. Very, very shortly, we're gonna blow them out the water. Yeah. We're gonna blow them straight out the fucking water. And, you know, I'm gonna be who they talk about. It's gonna turn from niggas talking about Wack to talking about me. Straight up. And guess what? I'ma love it. I am gonna love it. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna love it. Because all it's gonna do is make people come see me. Now, see, Wack isn't smart, right? Because he should be trying to build the platform, right? See, and I'm gonna say this, right? Because I know Wack ain't this smart, but I'm gonna say this, right? I gotta be real. I know Wack isn't that smart, so I can say this, right? If you see Ack, Adam, and Vlad doing something that's working and they making millions, If Wack was smart, right, he would be watching those individuals and he would take a piece from this one, this one, this one, and build his stage and be able to use them whenever he want to. But he's not that smart. See, this is the difference from an individual like me, right? And I can say this shit, you know, because it takes a different kind of consistency to be able to do this, right? And you got to be dedicated. This takes a different kind of dedication. You know, you got to have the time and you got to have the delivery, you know, and you got to be consistent. So, you know, I'm taking it, right? I'm watching whoever I'm watching, right? Because I got a couple people that I pay attention to the style, and I'm just looking at the style and shit. And then I might take something from this person, take something from that person, take something over here, and I'm taking something, and then I build my style, right? And I find my way, right? If Wack was smart, he would be doing that from the people that he, you know, using. But he's not that smart. There's no way that, you know, Wack is just doing this podcast here, this, and he's making these appearances, and like, nigga, you should be sitting at home with R&B running the 100 channel, and you got all your minions working that motherfucker, and that motherfucker should be doing 100,000 a month at least. But Wack's not smart like that at all. He's not smart. He's not smart at all. You sitting around Adam, Vlad, and academics, and you haven't put together a dreams team squad, because you saying you got, you know, your team. Why isn't Wack100's whole entire team over at the 100 show running the channel, making him $100,000 a month? Why is it the whiteboard, as he would say, Adam is doing it, but you're going to his show to sit down with him and you can't do it? Because you're not that smart. I got a different mind state, right? Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just be blatantly honest. Definitely because he's a narc. Definitely agree on that. Yes. I'm gonna be honest, right? If I was over there and I had access to those 3 individuals, I would have been went to the moon. Like to the moon. Straight up. There's no way that I would have sat on their platforms, right? And not figured out how to make my joint from using this one, and this one to make my shit. There's no way that I wouldn't have sat on my platform, right? And had Adam, Vlad, and academics on my channel. There's no way that I wouldn't have had Adam, Vlad, and academics calling in to my channel. But, you know, his brain is a goofy's brain. He's all right with calling their channels. He's all right with going on their show. He not trying to build his own shit up. You know, this how you know he's not smart at all. Yeah, he's not smart at all. And this shit here takes a different level of consistency and attention. This shit take some attention. You know what I'm saying? This shit takes attention, man. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. You know. But we got time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got time, man. I ain't even gonna lie. We got time. Yeah. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. We definitely know R&B watching. We know. Hey, listen. I know all of them watching. I've been doing this shit too long now. Loose Cannon was watching. Sharice watching. Wack, R&B. Damn right. They just don't know when the bigger stages is going to start talking. Wack thinking that because he telling them don't say nothing. Nigga, listen. And I guess he think, oh yeah, I got something on him. That ain't strong enough. You know what I'm saying? That ain't big enough. That shit ain't big enough. Straight up, it ain't big enough. Cause you know what I'ma say? Where the work at? Niggas ain't got no work. That's the crazy thing. Niggas ain't got no work. They sick. You know what I'm saying? The niggas can search high and low. They can't get no work. That's what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They can't get no work, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't get no work on Labor Day, man. Straight up. Right though, Nehemiah. He said you had to see it yourself. How much they watching. Damn right they watching, Nehemiah. I know they sick about this. You know what I'm saying? We on the way to 23,000 subscribers. And they gotta just watch a nigga, man. I hate this nigga, man. Man, I hate this nigga. Come on, man. It's gonna be alright, nigga. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you, man. I promise you it's gonna be alright, man. I promise you. Alright, we ready to pull this joint up here in a minute, y'all. We ready to get it up here in a minute, man. We ready to get it up here in a minute. I'm ready to pull this. Up here. We're gonna talk shit about this. I'm hanging out. I'm up. I'm feeling good. Straight up. Wack talking about them diapers today. Appreciate that super chat. Yeah. I seen that. We gonna pull that up there in a minute. I seen that. Yes, I did. I definitely seen that. Yeah. I definitely seen Wack talking about them damn diapers. Yes, I did. Yeah. You said, yeah. You said you kill all Wack credibility. He up there saying he about to switch it up now. Shit crazy. He won't want to talk about exposing people no more. You did that, DZ. I saw you destroy Wack. Hey, listen, man. Consistency. Talk about Burna Boy spokesperson for Nigeria for them diapers. Yes, I see that. Lying. Like lying. The diapers don't exist, man. The diapers do not exist. They don't exist, man. It's over. You know what I'm saying? The diaper company is over. Over. You know what I'm saying? He's still lying to the people. I guess, he trying to get somebody to invest some money, so you know what I mean? He's saying anything. I guess, you know what I'm saying? Them diapers don't exist, man. Amazon said they don't exist. Yeah, incredible Dash Network diaper deal. Yeah. Hey, yo. We don't hear Wack talk about Dash Network no more. Why isn't Wack talking about Dash Network no more, man? Huh? Why? Dash Network. How did Dash Network go away without no business deal? This nigga, like, he showed everybody he had a contract with Dash Network. Why did you show everybody that? Like, straight up, why did you show everybody that you had a contract with Dash Network? What was the purpose? He said the contract was already signed. Why'd you say this? You didn't do one deal with Dash Network. You was trying to scam Adam, man. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Adam was working with them people. I wouldn't be surprised. You hear me? I wouldn't be surprised. Straight up. I wouldn't be surprised. And Wack Crash is gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a surprise. And we gonna sit here and be like, yo, man, what happened? We gonna be like, what happened? Wax Crash is gonna be a surprise to him. Yeah. And when he do crash, he gonna be thinking about me. Straight up. He ain't gonna have no choice. Man, this nigga didn't stop. He just kept going. He could have stopped. Wack wish he could get me to stop. Yes, he do. Out of all the people that ever talked about Wack on the internet, I guarantee you he wish he could get me to stop. Yeah. And I thank Wack, right, for saying he had somebody tap me on the shoulder, that he could have somebody come see me, right? What else he say? That he said some other stuff too. I got to look back at the audio. But I'm just glad that he said all them things. I appreciate it. Like, real stuff. The shit just make me want to go straight hard in the paint. You know what I mean? Because I hope the niggas sue me. Wack said he be suing platform. I hope he sued me. Like, I would love for that. I ain't even gonna lie. Man, you know how bad I would love for Wack to do a deposition and then buy the transcripts and put it out to the world. Straight up. Do you know how bad I would love that? I know that shit would go viral because I'm going to ask him all the good questions. You know what I mean? So I definitely, would love for Wack. And then listen, we're gonna go over some things on here too. I gotta say this, right? Because I caught this little part on here when Wack was saying, you know, oh yeah, he also said that he would take my channel like he did Hassan's. Yes. And he told me that he had a personal relationship with YouTube, right? And all this stuff. All that stuff is good. That's why I would love for Wack to sue me. I would love it. It would go up. It would go all the way up. Like, you know what I mean? All the way up. But you know, Wack says something in here, right? And he said something that caught my attention, right? Whereas though I know he ain't settled. He ain't get no money. That shit ain't settled. World Star didn't settle nothing with Wack, right? Wack is lying. Right? Wack says that he don't know how much his attorney costs. Now, listen, and I'm going to prove this to y'all. We're going to go over this, right? Because we're going to go over this together, right? But I need everybody to, pay attention to this, right? Wack says, so, and I say these things and then he can try to go correct them later, right? Because I know he watches all the time, right? But Wack says he doesn't know how much his attorney costs, right? But he got a wire. Listen to this. He says he doesn't know how much his attorney cost him, but he got a wire. Now, anybody that knows anything about a civil suit and having an attorney in any way, right? The check is never going to come from the party you're suing. It's going to go to the attorney and then to the person. It ain't going to go. So if Wack is saying he's suing World Star and he got these big attorneys, right? The check is going to go to the attorneys first, and then the attorneys is going to send Wack the check, right? So I'm going to tell you like this, right? When it's in a civil suit, attorneys went at least 33%. Some attorneys went 40, 45, 50%. But they at least want 33%. That is the minimum that a civil attorney wants for taking your case, right? Wack says he has his attorneys on retainer, and he doesn't know how much they cost. That doesn't even make sense. Now you saying you're a businessman, right? You know all the business of when Brick Baby go to court. You know when Loose Cannon goes to court. You know when Loose Cannon was on the phone call October 14th and 15th when the phone was hot and tapped. You know when Big U goes to court. You know when Big U was under investigation, when it started, how long it was. So you mean to tell me you had a 6-figure settlement and you don't know how much your attorney costs? It doesn't make sense. But these are the things that Wack expects everybody not to understand. These are the things he expects. He think I'm dealing with the internet. Nobody got no common sense. They ain't gonna know what's going on. He thinks he's the only person that knows anything about a civil suit. But I'm sure when Adam was sitting there listening to him, Adam said it to himself. Wack is lying. Because anybody would say Wack is lying. Listening to him talk like he's going to talk when we play this. Anybody would say that. You sat there and really thought that you was going to say, I don't know how much money the attorney cost me, and then say, yo, I got my wire already. You didn't get no wire, Wack. You're lying. Wack is a compulsive liar, and everybody knows now. I know some people really believed in me. You know, some people really believed in Wack. They really thought that, you know, he was a truthful individual. But nah, dude is a liar. And it's easy to pick the lies apart. Now, I've done this so well, right? And as he continues, there's going to be other people that come along being as though that I do it so well that they're going to start doing it eventually, being able to pick it apart more, you know, because I'm doing it so well and everybody can see this shit. Everybody. It's like right in your face. Wack, definitely them people. Yeah, I don't commit crimes. You know, it's my right to say what I feel. I got freedom of speech. If I'm seeing somebody commit crimes all day long, if I'm seeing somebody involved in crimes all the time and never being questioned, oh yeah, they the police. And I'm saying this from my expert opinion from being on the street. And I would say that in the court. That's something I would say in court. From my expert opinion, I have too much experiences. I've been to trial 5 times. I've picked 5 juries. So from my expert opinion, and we all know that Wack100 has never picked a jury. Never. Ever. He's never picked a jury in his entire life. Never. He doesn't know what that feels like. And all these people that, you know, act like they're giving, you know, advice and shit, these niggas ain't never been to trial ever in their life. Ever. They've never been to trial for nothing. These niggas get civil suits. They don't go in there and have a trial. That shit that Cardi B went through was a trial. That was a civil trial. I've been to 5 criminal trials. These niggas is settling out before time. They not going to trial. They not doing that. If Wack would have been to trial with one of those civil suits, we would have seen it. Yeah, we would have seen it. So I just know the nigga lying, you know, and make terroristic threats all day long to people and never being charged. Yes, he does. All day long. Smash that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to all y'all, man.
Somebody from 6-0 or the Crenshaw area. Period. I told him it was a few hard artists. He wouldn't sign them because they wasn't from over there. End of the day, man, you not finna tell me who I can and can't. You stupid or something?
To be fair, I know some artists who tried to sign from over there that didn't work out either. So,
I mean,
they weren't feeling it.
But he don't know what to do. That he just don't. He don't. Bro, listen. Me, forgive me, S-Mac. Me, S-Mac was probably the 2 people responsible. Stutterbox too. Got to put Box in there because when niggas was leaving him outside and he couldn't get in, Box would come get him and do, hey, this my man, whoop. So now the basketball stars, oh, okay, that's Box man. Because Box was the nigga. Don't let nobody fool you. When it came to the NBA players, Box was the nigga.
Okay.
He was the guy from LA, from the LA streets that was tapped into all of them. That's who they all went to. Can't nobody take that from him. When they was leaving Big U outside doing all-star weekends where he couldn't get in gangs, Box would come out there and get him and take him and introduce him to people. So now when they started the scene, they identified him with Box and they...
Listen to Wack, though. You see how, you know, Wack will glaze somebody that quick. Yo, man, Box was this and Box was that. Then he go and say he was this and he was that, right? Now, you got all these connections, right? And you so plugged in. Why you asking Birdman for a budget? If you got so much money and you got so much business, why are you asking anybody for a budget at any time? People that got their stuff in order, they don't need other people for a budget.
Showed him love. Same thing S-Mac did on that side. Same thing I did on the music side. Same. Reggie Wright wasn't lying about some of them things. Yeah, niggas will run the good cop, bad cop plays. Right? It's on, and then pull up to save the day. Now they calling you when it was all a play. That's a fact.
Now, you heard what he said, right? You heard what he said, right? He said Reggie Wright wasn't lying. This is what he's saying now. He said this out his own mouth, that Reggie Wright wasn't lying about him extorting people. You hear this now out of his own mouth. Now let's let Reggie Wright say it again.
Extorted. Big U and Suge were out there in the mid 2000s. When I'm talking about 2005, 2006, 2008, 2008, they were making niggas pay. Wack100, all of them, those niggas was pulling up on everybody and making niggas pay. Might be a little later, might be 2006, 2007. But and they used to play good cop, bad cop. Suge would press one dude, Big U would go and be the savior. Big U would press one dude, Suge would go be the savior. Those niggas was, that's why those niggas are tight. They still partners, I believe.
You heard it yourself, right? From Reggie Wright. After Wack100 admits that Reggie Wright wasn't lying. So you've been out here extorting niggas, Wack, and you just admitted to it. You said Reggie ain't lying. You've been out here extorting niggas. That's your game, nigga. You won't have no time. Yo. Hey. Hey, listen. You see when I be talking that shit, what happened? Hey, yo. Yeah. Hey, listen. We got to run that back. Hold up. We got to run that back now. Hold up. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button, right? We got to run that back now. We got to run that back now. Hit that like button. and hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to all y'all. You know, they want to mess the whole flow up with that, don't they? They tried, ain't they? Yeah, they tried. Smash that like button, man, and hit that subscribe button, man. Hey, man. They tried, ain't they? Come on, Dale. We got to run that back. Let's see where we at. We got to run that back. Wack running around here extorting niggas. Reggie Wright said it. His own man. That's his go-to man. Straight up. That's his go-to man now. Running around here extorting niggas. His man said it. Using extortionists, nigga. That's who you are. And you just admitted to it. You hear me? Let's get that thing back up there, man. Hit that subscribe button.
They wasn't from over there. End of the day, man, you not finna tell me who I can and can't. Is you stupid or something?
To be fair, I know some artists who tried to sign from over there that didn't work out either. So
I mean,
they weren't feeling it.
But he don't know what to do. That he just don't. He don't. Bro, listen. Forgive me, S Mac. S Mac was probably the two people responsible. Stutterbox too. Got to put Box in there because when niggas was leaving him outside and he couldn't get in, Box would come get him. Hey, this my man. Wooty 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 whoop. So now the basketball stars. Oh, okay, that's Box man. Because Box was the nigga. Don't let nobody fool you. When it came to the NBA players, Box was the nigga.
Okay.
He was the guy from LA, from the LA streets that was tapped into all of them. That's who they all went to. Can't nobody take that from him. When they was leaving Big U outside doing all-star weekends where he couldn't get in gangs, Box would come out there and get him and take him and introduce him to people. So now when they started the scene, they identified him with Box and they showed him love. Same thing S-Mac did on that side. Same thing I did on the music side. Same. Reggie Wright wasn't lying about some of them things. Yeah, niggas will run the good cop, bad cop plays. Right? It's on and then pull up to save the day. Now they calling you when it was all a play. That's a fact. Right? So what I'm saying is.
So now, Wack just admitted that Reggie Wright was telling the truth when he said this right here.
Story. Big U and Suge were out there in the mid 2000s. When I'm talking about 2005, 2006, 2008, they were making niggas pay. Wack100 and all of them, those niggas was pulling up on everybody and making niggas pay. Might be a little later, might be 2006, 2007. But and they used to play good cop, bad cop. Suge would press one dude, Big U would go and be the savior. Big U would press one dude, Suge would go be the savior. Those niggas was, that's why those niggas are tight. They still partners, I believe.
That's Wack man, right? Ain't that Wack guy? Reggie Wright. That's Wack man. That's who he called every time he trying to find out information, right? That's who he go to, right? And the nigga just admitted that that's what they doing. Yeah, Wack is an extortionist, man. Yeah, he one of them type of individuals. They running around extorting people, lying, manipulating, because the niggas don't got no damn talent at all. Ain't got no talent. But he exposing himself every day. And we gonna keep going, making sure that everybody know what it is. And Wack ain't got no paperwork on DZ. You hear me? That's what we want to see. Where the work at? Where the paperwork at? Huh? I bet they don't pull nothing up, because they ain't got none. They all foo-faffy and they lying. Running around extorting people.
when it comes to a lot of this, bro, everybody got their own agenda and their own program.
But look at how social media is f***ing this shit up, because we don't know if everybody's going to be able to just get back on the same page. But I mean, what could have been a private conversation behind the scenes of Spodyface reaching out to all his homies or reaching out to Baby Draco himself and telling them how he felt about the situation, instead was him making an Instagram reel.
Clout.
And then
That's clout.
And then when 4 Extra meets up with Baby Draco, what do? Do they hop on FaceTime and talk to Spodyface, try to work everything out behind the scenes? No, they are making a YouTube video of them basically doing these peace talks. So
we don't even know if it's a play.
and
It
these are
could
not
be a play.
These are not like social media forward people necessarily. These are like dudes who realistically ain't been on the internet that long. But a lot of this shit that probably would be better off taking place behind the scenes. But there's no clout in that. There's no money in that.
You know what's about to happen? I see all through a lot of these plays.
Yeah.
Listen.
I did have somebody tell me they think this is all
Check
fake.
this out. What they say they're going to do. Spodyface and 4 Extra say they're going to do what?
Talk?
No, they're going to do a show, right? Podcast, right?
Oh, right.
Ain't that what they say, right?
Well, maybe it was
Spody
promo
Extra
for that.
show.
Yeah.
I guarantee you DC Baby Draco going to be on that show. Bro, I see a lot. Some of this shit be romper room plays to me because I really ain't supposed to be here.
If that is actually true, I'm very, very impressed, because you got to remember, too, that this started with the Moneybag
They're
Rose
talking
thing.
about, ain't nobody been talking about, listen, when it come to over there, it's Spodyface, right? Nobody, I mean, it's 4 Extra. Nobody talks about Spodyface. Now, they're starting to talk about it. Why? Because of this, because of that. Now, what's going to happen? That's his people. They from the same neighborhood. He cool with him. He ain't. I guarantee you when they start that podcast, DC Baby Draco is going to be right there in the hot seat, and they're going to run their play.
That's an interesting theory. It's definitely possible.
Good gang member, bad gang member.
I mean, the thing is, though, is like, how much hype is that really going to create for it? You know?
Well, the only hype, what you mean? We know who
We are
4
talking
Extras
about
are,
it.
right? Now, what nobody talking about Spodyface?
The issue
They
with
talking about him now.
4 Extra's podcast, the issue is going to be it remaining interesting in the long run. I'm not really worried about them like making a splash coming out the gate. Like, I'm sure it's going to make a splash either way. The question is just like, are people going to be able to tolerate 4 Extra saying the same 5 things over?
Well, here goes the thing. 4 Extras can't quarterback. He's a running back or he's a receiver. He cannot quarterback. He can't call the play. He can't run the field.
Wack always thinks that he knows what somebody else can do, right? He thinks that when he says what somebody else can't do, that it's a fact. You can't run your own show. Because if you could, you wouldn't be sitting here running this game with Adam. You can't start your own shit. Why isn't your podcast, YouTube channel doing this shit right here? Because you can't do it. But you can tell everybody else why they can't do it. You got the insight on why somebody else can't do anything on YouTube, why they can't show up here, why they can't perform. It's you that can't do the shit though. If we being real.
But if you give him the ball, give him the content to talk about, he gonna talk about it. You throw him the ball, he gonna do his thing with it. We can sit here and just run it up by ourselves or create it. We can talk to somebody and create what we're gonna talk about as we go on. That ain't him. I don't think Spodyface is that as well.
I don't think Spodyface is the topic guy who's going to think. He's not the Remo who's going to find 20 good topics to talk about today.
Wack. You can't, bro. You can't. You can't, man. You keep trying to say what everybody else can't do. Why aren't you doing it? This person can't do it. They can't sit down like we can sit down. No, all you talk about is the lies of somebody telling. You can't go on there and pick different topics and talk about different things because your whole conversation is who telling the paperwork. So when it comes to you talking about something else, you can't have that dialogue because it ain't telling.
Now, if they added Baby Runner to it, Baby Runner could come up with the topics and lead with it, and then 4 extras and Spody Face could chime in. Now that would work.
Possible.
That'll work.
I listened to the whole 4 Extra album last night.
Oh yeah, okay. How was it?
There's one song where.
All right, so if Wack says, right, this person can do this, if he knows the details about which individuals can benefit this part of the podcast, that individual can benefit that part of the podcast, why isn't he taking certain people and putting them on his channel and let them run the channel? If you got so much of an eye for who's good at doing this and good at doing that, why aren't you grabbing players to put in position to do content? That's what a boss does. Straight up. If you that kind of boss, you should be grabbing players to put in position. But all Wack know is the extortion game and how to ride off niggas' coattail. I guess that's the game out that way. How to ride off other niggas' coattails. Niggas don't know how to start their own lane and do their own thing. They following, Suge and, Big U. That's the game. But you should be able to create players and put them in position. You let Adam, who ain't from Cali, come that where you claim you represent West Coast and set up shop and grab players and put them in position to do content. But you couldn't do it. And you claim to be the king of Clubhouse. So you couldn't take any of the individuals from Clubhouse and put them in position on your channel and start to get the channel buzzing? No, you don't have that capability. That takes a different type of mind frame. Straight up. And you don't got it. So you got to go to Adam's podcast and sit down and do his show. But you claim to know all this information and how this would work, but we don't see you organizing it. If somebody like, Wack, that everybody knows over there, if you had the game to organize the business, you would do it. But obviously you do not have the game to organize that kind of business.
Every single rhyme is the word dough. Like, I'm really on the blog dough. I'm doing a podcast with Wag dough. Like, I mean, you guys can listen to it. It's towards the end, but
maybe that was the structure of the song. Dough was a punchline.
I was just kind of, I was kind of flabbergasted
Game
by
got
that.
one like that. Dream.
Yeah. I assure you,
Martin Luther King got a dream. The dream is the punchline.
No, but I'm saying the whole song and every. I wish I could just play it right now.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a dream song. I probably not.
His commitment to rhyming a word with that same word is kind of shocking.
Hey, listen. What Joyner Lucas is to Vlad, 4 Extras is to you. Neither one of them will give you guys an interview, and y'all be mad about it a little bit. Vlad, my guy, he's a little ticked off.
You think he's mad that he didn't get an interview with Joyner Lucas?
Well,
no, Vlad was mad because he was getting strung along because Joyner Lucas's manager kept telling him, "Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna hit you up." Rah, rah, rah. If he had just said, "Nah, Joyner Lucas don't want to do it," like at one point, I could think of another very popular street rapper that was hitting me up. Like Vlad was like really trying to get an interview in with this person. The manager just told me straight up, like, "Nah, I don't think he's gonna do it." I told Vlad, I don't think Vlad has ever mentioned him on the podcast again.
But Adam, you act like, people owe you that to be straightforward to tell you they go and do the interview or not. Hey, listen, with Jordan Lucas, 4 Extra, they their own people. Don't nobody owe anybody the explanation. If they gonna do it, they gonna do it. If not, they not. You made money off 4 Extra. So it's like if somebody want to do something, they'll do it. If not, they gonna not do it. They might tell you whatever they want to tell you. It's up to you if you still want to deal with the person. Understanding how to let the ties go. All right, I don't want nothing to do with this. They playing games. But some people, don't see the benefit at certain points to do business, right? They don't see the benefit. And I'm going to say, like, with all honesty with me, right? If jokers don't catch me while I'm on the come up, if I go viral for something and I get it cracking, I'm not going to do no interview. If they don't catch me on this part, if they try to catch me when I get buzzing, it makes me no sense unless it's a crazy number. This is the best time for somebody to like catch me in that position. Because if not, like, hold up. Nah, I'm not going to blow it up for me going hard and then go over there and sit on your shit after I blow it up going hard and everybody paying attention. It don't make no sense for me to do it then. Then I'm going to be like, I got it in order now. I don't need to sit down. It doesn't benefit me now. It's going to benefit you. But some people start understanding, and 4 Extra had a situation that messed his damn hand up. And I guess now you see, like, man, I really don't need that.
Joyner never wanted to interview with Vlad. I talked to him.
Yeah. He's a Vlad hater. He's a 22 hater.
The manager kept stringing Vlad along.
Yeah.
He told me, I don't know.
He thought he was doing him a favor.
Joyner told me, my manager kept stringing dude along, and it's his head thinking we're going to need him, or maybe he's going to need him.
Yeah.
He hates Vlad. He thinks Vlad's the worst thing happened to the culture. He thinks Vlad gets people harmed and unalive, which is untrue.
A lot of those.
Hey, listen. Wack, you don't know what you're talking about. It was a young bull that went on Vlad's show and talked about unaliving one of his ops, right? Talked about how the bull robbed the house and they unalived him. After that interview, they whacked him. They knocked him off. They blew him down. And it was because of the way he bragged about doing that man on that interview. So yes, and Vlad rushed to get that interview, knowing it just happened. Oh man, let me get him on here. So if that interview was the reason that these niggas knocked him off, you don't think that's because Vlad, or you gonna say, nah, he made a decision? Vlad could have been like, man, I ain't even gonna interview dude right now. Knowing my platform is big and it's gonna be loud, I ain't gonna interview this. But Vlad don't care if that man loses life behind that situation. Why would he care? He made money off of it. Then when the bull passed away, the interview went up even more. So he wouldn't care. So, one thing I do see with Wack is like, boy, he glazes the people that he needs. He will glaze them, especially, Vlad and Adam. Academics, he know he can talk to academics any type of way. He can do that to him, because he got like the fear of God in academics. He has the fear of God in academics, right? But Adam, he had fear in him at one point, but I think, Adam is snapping back at him now. Vlad, I don't think Vlad ever feared him. I think Vlad just left him alone when it got crazy, or if he did fear him, he used tactics to distance himself, right? But now he like, man, I don't care. Using it for the content, but he has like a total different respect for Vlad. Like he won't talk to Vlad like he talks to Adam or academics. And we see that. The way he talked to Vlad, he's cautious about how he speaks to Vlad. But Adam and academics, he'll say some slick stuff. The white boy this, the white boy that, and academics, you a dummy and all that stuff.
Those arguments would not stand up under sunlight.
But I'm saying you wanted to interview with 4 extras. He didn't give it to you.
I don't.
And then Vlad wanted it with Joyner.
I'm not really worried about the 4 extra interview thing at this point. I feel like the hype for that is kind of past. But you got to realize this. Joyner Lucas is from a half hour from where I grew up. Like, can we not have some solidarity as New Englanders? Let's face it, this cluster of states is largely irrelevant in hip hop.
Joyner said he don't like your punk ass either.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Why don't he like me?
Maybe because you're friends with Vlad. Guilty by association and affiliation.
Do we know that he's not a hater of the white race in general?
Is he white?
No, but I'm white. Vlad's white. What else?
What is he? I don't know what he.
A black guy.
Do he look black?
Hold up. So now he's saying he's a hater of the white race because he don't want to do an interview with the messy content creators.
His skin is black.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could look it up just to double check. I'm pretty sure he's an African American. Joyner. I mean, now you're making me think like, wow, I guess I don't
know, bro.
But he's a black guy. Yeah.
He look like French Montana.
What race is
he? Probably from where French from. He looked like
he's from Morocco.
I guarantee where he from.
So he's like from Barbados. His ethnicity is Barbados / African American. He's from Brockton, Massachusetts, aka Hard City, a very famous boxing city where I actually have seen some of the most intense violence I've ever seen in my life in Brockton. I was outside a hardcore show. Let me just regale you with a tale real quick.
Like, Joyner Lucas already got a bag though. Straight up. He already got a bag. So I think, if you already in position and you not trying to like grow your notoriety or anything, then of course you gonna probably turn down the platforms that you think is messy. But if you trying to grow your notoriety, you might be like, all right, I'm gonna do these platforms because I do want to get my name out there, right? So I mean, that's a personal decision. It's like you don't really owe nobody a reason or have to do something just because they might be known in that space. You don't have to do that at all. And I mean, that's his choice. He's just saying like, man, hey man, I don't want to do it.
I'm outside this hardcore show and there's like a motorcycle dude who like owns this club, and so I see him getting into a confrontation with some of the like this hardcore crew, this like basically like a gang that was like really prevalent in the scene at that time, and the guy flashes a gun. These dudes go out to their car. They don't have guns. They get hammers. They come back. The guy's not looking. They annihilate this guy with these hammers. I really thought they were killing him. Like I thought this guy was for sure gonna die. His wife tries to run up in it. Boom! She gets hit with the hammer in the skull. His homie tries to run up in it. Boom! Hammers to the skull. It was the craziest shit I ever seen. I was like 19.
White dudes?
Everyone involved was white. Yeah.
Look at those thugs.
Welcome to Massachusetts. Yeah, it was a good time. But shout out to Joyner Lucas though. He's a talented guy. I don't hate people because they hate me.
No, I don't agree with him with saying that Vlad
Who Vlad get locked up?
Gets people like hurt. Vlad asks questions, you answer them, you don't, you don't.
If you want to hate on Vlad, like I've watched so much Vlad that I could kind of like instruct you on how to hate on Vlad if you really want to hate on Vlad. Like you could say that Vlad is kind of like, the flow of his interviews is not for everybody.
Who, Vlad?
Yeah, it can feel a little bit interrogation-ish. Like, if you really want to hate on him, like, that's the way to go with it. It's not like, oh, you get people locked up, you get people killed. Like, you need actual examples for that.
Who did he? I don't know who he got locked up or killed.
It just doesn't really stand up, you know? Like, I know they, like, use clips of his interviews in, like, court cases and it's bound to happen to anybody.
They use clips of your shit in court cases.
I mean, I don't even know of many examples. It's bound to happen.
I mean, only difference is Vlad refuses to give it to him. You send it in.
I've never.
Yeah, you send it in and you sign off a clearance.
What's your example of that? What did I send in? Yeah, never happened.
You sent in the Big U paperwork.
No, I didn't. Okay. I emailed them. Okay, my lawyers forwarded them the cease and desist that Big U had. That Big U's lawyer.
With your instructions.
No, I told him to do it. The fuck do I care?
Yeah,
that's what cease and desist. I would have shown it on the podcast.
What the fuck does he care?
Yeah. But I mean, that's clearly different than like me.
When they said, Vlad, we need the stuff on KVD, he said, absolutely not.
Hey, Wack. He turned that video surveillance in too. From out there in the alley. Yeah. He turned that in. And he turned the cease and desist letter. Yeah. So he turned in more than you think he did. I guarantee you that.
That's cool.
Denied him.
The thing about that is that they were asking him for something that realistically didn't even exist.
And they said you the one supplied the chick that Big U was jerking off to on the phone, having phone sex. You the reason why he can't go to his son's funeral. You read the paperwork, right?
I wasn't the one who supplied that back.
All right, so I want to say this, right? And I'm gonna pull this up now. Big U was allowed to go view the body. And let me pull this up to make sure, you know, that I'm correct. But Big U was allowed to go view the body of his son, and he was allowed to watch the funeral from jail. But he was allowed to go view, I guess, when nobody was there, and he wasn't able to attend it while everybody was there. But I want to make sure, because I did look it up and I seen it, and it said that he was allowed to go view the body. And I wanted to show y'all, and we're going to see this together and make sure that's what it said. From my understanding, that's what it said, and that's what I read. So we're going to look it up again and make sure. Because from my understanding and what I read, he was allowed to go, but not to the funeral with everyone else. You know, let me see what this says right here. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Or he might have been, you know, it might have been asked to do that, but let's see. Hold on. Let's see. It might have been asked, but we're going to read this together. I'm going to pull this up and let y'all see this as well. Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to pull this up as well. Hold on. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Let me let y'all see this right here. Hold up. You know. Let me see here. Hold up. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's see what this say. You know, because this is what I get out of it. But, you know, I want to see what y'all think about it. Let's see what y'all think about it. And smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, let's see what y'all think about this one here. Okay, let me see here. Just say application. Let me see here. Application. Hearing held, defendant and counsel are present. Also present are pretrial service officers Fatima Vasquez and Deputy U.S. Marshal Job Jadino. It says, the case is called and counsel state their appearances. The court invites counsel to present their oral arguments. Arguments by counsel are heard for the reasons stated on the record. The court denies the application for temporary release to attend religious burial. As an alternative accommodation, the court offers defendant a private visitation with his deceased son and a remote video conference that would allow defendant to view the funeral service in coordination with the U.S. Marshal Service. The court order of detention pending trial remains in effect. It's so ordered. From my understanding with this right here, it looks to me that they allowed him to go view the body. They didn't allow him to attend the funeral with everyone else, but it looks like the feds took him to see his son before he was put in the ground. And, Wack is on there just, saying anything. He just makes up anything. These guys, they do a lot of lying and they just can't keep it real. But the paperwork right here says something different. If we just being real, of course they wasn't going to let Big U go to the funeral around everybody else. Of course, we know that. But they did take him to go see his son before he passed. But a lot of people be on the internet doing a lot of lying and capping. And also, some of Big U family members had wrote letters, trying to ask, can they let Big U come to the funeral? But if we just being real, I've only seen whereas though if you're in jail that they take you to the viewing. Straight up. They let you go to the viewing by yourself and let you see your loved one before they're buried with nobody else there. I've never seen whereas though they let you go to the whole funeral from jail. I've never seen that. And, I've known plenty of people that have done it. My dad had to do it. So it's like, I don't know, they just come up with a lot of lies. And, they always want to make things benefit their narrative. And, Wack lined that man up with the authorities. So it's a joke to him. He don't care about Big U, his son, or anybody else in Big U family. All he care about is making sure, they locked up and he clowned the situation. Certified goofy, man. But y'all see it right here. Big U was allowed to go see his son. And that's what the court motion says. Y'all see it yourself. But Wack gonna get online and lie. Go up on the Adam and Wack show and straight lie about it. Manipulating the situation. Straight foo-fafi. But we put it out there, the real. And this is the documents. So y'all get to see it yourself, man. Yeah. Straight goofy stuff, man. If we just being real. Wack is a certified hater. Certified hater, man. You know, that man wanted Big U out the way so bad. You know, he didn't, care about nothing. This situation here really exposed Wack for who he was. Even though everybody knew Wack wasn't right. But this situation with Loose Cannon and Big U getting indicted and Wack running around with Loose the way he was, let everybody know that Wack is them people. That Wack is working. That Wack has been working. We see Wack on the paperwork as suspect number 4. And Wack isn't concerned at all. He goes back to the crime scene every single week and does a podcast and doesn't care about anything. So we can all see this. But yeah, another lie from Wack. Another lie. And Wack is gonna get his one day. Trust me. And it's gonna come unexpectedly. Because he's not living right. And when you not living right and you constantly, doing certain things, being foul, manipulating, crossing people, and you think that everything gonna go good for you, the day that Wack has to answer, it's gonna be a surprise to him. And nobody's gonna want to hear what you got to say. That's gonna be the time that he begs for forgiveness. Oh, why me? Please. It's gonna be his turn. People get a turn, man. Especially when you like a foul individual and you don't understand that you got to make a change in your life. And I think Wack is too far gone in working with them people and the individual he is that he'll never, even attempt, because him making a change is not gonna benefit him at all. He can't eat the same. He can't do what he's doing living right. He gotta live wrong to survive. And that's his whole game plan. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button and share this live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with SBGB TV, man. Big facts. Yeah. Another lie from Wack. Per usual, another lie. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Appreciate y'all.
I'm sure that Big U's got baddies of his own.
No, that was a taco truck lady, I believe.
A Lupe?
Whoa, that's racist.
Hitcho Lupe. No, she was the Papusa lady.
No, that is so racist.
Not as racist
the
as
taco truck
having
lady,
sex with a Mexican woman.
The taco truck lady is named in the indictment, and you just go straight to Lupe.
No, I'm saying she's like a Lupe style character.
So
Lupe was the Papusa lady.
Her and Lupe kind of built alike.
How would you describe the shape? Like a barrel. I love you, Lupe. I thought we did a long way, Lupe. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Listen. I ain't.
What if she's still kicked out the Forest Circle? She's gonna get reactivated with the Crip Mac
Did y'all run the Big U content on the news?
What was the content? You suing him?
I never sued Big U.
You sued WorldStar.
WorldStar and LA Media.
I seen you celebrating on your Instagram today. I don't know if they talked about it on the news, but
no, they talk about. Listen, hey, I told you what I was gonna do.
Let me break it down. Should I tell the world?
Tell it what you want.
So, okay, on WorldStar at one point, the website, which, approximately 15 people per day check. I'm sure it does fine. On the WorldStar website, there was a video purporting to contain evidence and allegations of Wack100 being a federal informant.
Mm-hmm.
This video ran on the WorldStar site. You see it. You're upset. You reach out. basically the gist of what happened is that Big U, who has a close working relationship with Worldstar because they at one point hosted his podcast, Checking In, which I filmed an episode of that never came out, and all of season 2 never came out, but Big U basically sent it to Worldstar, told
his
them
business partners
this is legit, and said, hey, can y'all post this? Apparently they didn't really feel the need to do any background research into it, and they did release it. They put it on their platform, and then you basically threatened them and said, hey, I'm suing you because you posted false information about me.
I did not threaten them.
You just sued them.
Yes.
And then they settled.
Well, they filed they tried to file some paperwork. The judge pretty much said, we need to research this because, see, here goes the thing. When you file a civil suit on somebody, right, all doors are open.
Meaning you have access to their texts, their emails.
You get access to everything pertaining to this.
But it's like you get search terms. Like you're able to basically be like, I want to do discovery on Wack100's phone, and I want to see anything containing the word Adam and no jumper.
You get to open the files up to a case, everything, thorough, full investigation, right? It was crazy because it's a document that says that whoever this back and CS2 dude is.
You know, when you listen to him speak like that, right, and act like he doesn't know what it is, it makes you understand that you gotta know that you had something to do with it, right? Because then I think about, you know, when he tries to say the channel name, he act like he doesn't know the channel's name, but he knows the saying that we have when we start the show and when we close out, right? But he doesn't know the name. So we know Wack isn't right. We know Wack is them people, and, you know, he's being exposed for sure.
Is in fear of his family in the main streets. I'm not from main streets. I've never stepped foot in the main streets in my life. I may have drove down the street, but I've never been in the main street.
But it doesn't say that you was in the main street. It says you was in fear of the main streets. So how do you take that and make it what you want to be? If you are in fear of the main street, what does that have to do with you going down the main street? Like, you're in fear. Like, you see how, you know, he tries to lie and manipulate it to make it look like something when it's clearly him saying something else.
And he was a low-level drug dealer, right? I'm not a drug dealer. And if I was a drug dealer, I definitely wouldn't be a low-level one.
Wack, stop. Stop, Wack. Stop. You already said you didn't know what to do with the shit. He's a blue-collar crime individual. So no, you didn't know what to do with any work. You don't know how to move work. People that extort people don't know how to move work. They just know how to extort stuff. They don't know how to move work. It's a certain type of art to be able to move the work. You don't have that.
If that's what I chose to do. But they ran their narrative, Big U with his slow ass, right? Went over there with his business partners, and this is what's funny, and got them to do it. They trusted it, right? When I filed the suit, they doubled back to him. Hey, send us, he ain't have nothing. Right? So the judge like, hey, put it on the table. Right? Ain't nothing there. There's nothing to show that this man is whoever this individual is.
But so this got to the point where it was almost going to go to trial?
Hell yeah. Because at this point in time, when they filed their motion and the judge was like, no, y'all got to put it on the table.
How much do you think you spent on challenging them? Like, I mean, it costs a lot of money to prepare this kind of legal defense.
I don't know, because and this is what I tell people. Look, man, I'm not.
Now, I'm going to say this right now. When Adam just asked him, how much did it cost to prepare this? He said he didn't know. You know all the dates of everybody's court dates, phone conversations, and now you saying this is a big lawsuit and you don't know how much this costs to prepare it? Doesn't make any sense at all. He's lying. Straight up.
One of these dudes. You should understand this. Well, I don't know how you do yours. My attorneys stay on continuous retainer. So I don't really get bills like that because it's a continuous thing that just goes to them.
Wack, stop lying, Wack. Stop lying. So you mean to tell me they filed the lawsuit and you got 6 figures and they didn't get nothing? You just paid them the retainer? That doesn't even sound right, Wack. Like, you really think you talk to the clubhouse people every time you talk? I know Adam is really sitting there looking at him in his brain saying, Wack, you're lying.
What the f are your lawyers doing the rest of the time? Because I'm not like
it doesn't matter. But I don't. It doesn't matter when it pops up. They deal with it. I may have 2-3 things going on at one time. You got to remember, it just ain't for me. It's for my clients as well, right? So depending on what's going on, I may put them on it. I don't. So I can ask them. You know what I mean? I know. We did all right. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say that this?
I know we wasn't 5 figures. I know we was 6 figures.
Is
Wack is lying. You hear the tone of his voice. When Wack is sincere about something, his tone of voice, he turns into, yeah, if he feeling like he's sincere, that nigga just turned it, I know we did 6 figures. We only did 6 figures, we did all right. Come on, man. Hey, Wack, man. Stop the cat, man. Stop, man.
this, like, I feel like some people are going to try to create a narrative. Wack is suing to hide the truth about him being a cooperator and an informant.
Brother.
Why would you sue if it wasn't true?
That's
what they're going to say.
That's why you sue. If it's true, they're going to rule against you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, if somebody says something about you, right, and you know it's true, and you go sue them, they're going to be like, okay, put it all on the table.
Wack sued because the situation hit home. That's just bottom line. Wack sued because the situation hit home. And he knows that he's a confidential informant and they not supposed to expose his ass.
Now everything comes out. So when you go sue somebody, especially when you're dealing with a company like that, they had a pretty big law firm over there. Yeah. I got a pretty big law firm as well.
Well, WorldStar is owned by this giant company that owns a bunch of other businesses. Basically,
what did I tell you?
They have large, deep pockets. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
They're worth suing.
Okay, listen. So, and when you're dealing with companies like that, they'll string you out and stretch you out. Yeah. Right? If they got a chance at winning because they feel they're right, and WorldStar defense, right? They trusted this dude. A lot of people trust Big U. Listen, bro. I know Eugene. I know Big U. His name,
Eugene Henley. Don't do it. My wife, my kids. That nigga went straight to I know Eugene. That nigga went straight to I know Eugene. Hold up, man. Hey, yo. Listen to this lying individual, man.
Overshadows his intelligence and expertise in anything. I know him. I've had to deal with all these dudes call themselves defending him, don't know him. They may know him as a homie from their neighborhood. I know the guy that would call me and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you do this? How do you do that? If you can call me 50 times, Wack, how do you change a tire? I can, by right, say, yo, Adam don't know how to change a tire. So I know what he's good at and what he's not good at. right? What he's good at is he's in position so people will call it. And then he knows, okay, I know Wack got these people, S-Mac got them people, this dude got these people. So then he'll call everybody and say, hey, I got this dude on the phone, want to do this. Once he gets us on the phone, he goes on mute. He don't talk no more. He let you do all the business, and then he'll simply come in and get his cut. Right? That's what he doesn't know. If you was to ask him about the music business and how it works and the breakdown of it, he couldn't tell you.
That's interesting because, like, think about being the company that owns World Star and one random employee makes a bad decision. Think about how many random clips they post every day of some girl twerking on some guy and she shits her pants or whatever. But there's probably just like almost no oversight.
They trusted it. No, I mean,
it's probably a guy posting from his phone.
Let me tell you something, bro. I helped World Star get on. Me and Kevin Black.
Back in the day? Or?
Got them their first 2-3 million followers.
Yo, it never fails for Wack to say he helps them get started. It never fails. Hold up. Now you help World Star get on. Oh, man.
Oh, on the gram. Okay.
And guess what? I sued them back then too.
For what?
Because the company that me and Kevin Black use, you don't remember when Kevin Black was named vice president of World Star Hip Hop? You can Google it.
This is before or after Q died?
No, this is Q. This is when Q started it. Okay. Q started it. Kevin Black had an office down there in Culver City. He names Kevin Black VP of World Star, right? Me and Kevin Black run the play. We got the dude that drives traffic back then. We contract him, right? Boom, dude drove the traffic. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. He drives the traffic. When it comes time for him to cut the check, they fire Kevin Black. But yet Kevin Black, as an employee of World Star, contracted this gentleman who was upstairs in Kevin Black's same office. So when they didn't pay the bill, they came back to me. And
Now, Adam asked Wack about the settlement. Wack went to when he helped World Star get on, and he's saying he sued him before. Adam asked Wack about right now. You sued him, you got a check. All right, what about your lawyer? How much did they cost? All that. Wack lied about the settlement. So now he can't answer that. So let's talk about when I sued him before. Come on, man. Something that you didn't get no money off before. Then you're lying, saying that you helped him get 1 million, 2 million subscribers, man. Hey, yo, dude be lying, man.
I put the same legal team that was on this is the same legal team that went and claimed that. It was, it was a high 6 figures. That's a fact that they paid him. So, I've been dealing with World Star forever.
The weird thing about...
So I need y'all to catch that too, right? He said he sued him, right? But then said, I put the same legal team that I put on this one on them, and that they paid the other guy 6 figures. So he ain't saying he got any money for suing him last time, but he said he sued him, but he put his same legal team onto the other guy that got 6 figures. Did y'all catch that right there? All lies. You hear me? I don't think Wack settled anything with World Star right now. I think the situation is still actively open, and I don't think anything has settled, and I think Wack is just lying.
suing somebody for saying that you're a federal informant is that by definition a federal informant is supposed to be secretive, right? Like how could you really definitively prove that that's not the case?
I'm gonna be real. I don't really know how federal informants work, but inform.
Look at his face.
How they structure what they do, I can't tell you. But I will tell you this. I believe,
listen
it's my belief, I don't know.
Listen to him.
That if somebody was to sue a company, right, and he was really an informant, right?
Right.
This is my belief, I don't know. I think maybe something would go down behind the scenes because you kind of like, you manipulating. You get what I'm saying? Okay, you an informant, but you can't do that because we can't allow this person to be sued by you because of this. Maybe your coverage is blown and maybe they're gonna have a conversation and the lawsuit goes away. I can't see the federal government allowing a company or entity to be booked when they're in the right.
Right, because then you'd have a foolproof way to expose everybody who was working as an informant. All you have to do is sue them and do discovery to get.
You gotta remember, they didn't sue me, I sued them.
Yeah.
For defamation.
Yeah.
See, when you come with defamation and slander, ain't none of that. See, if you was an informant and you did that, I would assume that whoever you working for gonna say, that's on your dumb ass.
Uh-huh.
You sued them, so now they got the right to dig in and expose.
Right.
That's on your dumb ass. Right? But if you're not that,
you see how he's scratching his head? Hey, yo, when Wack get the lying, right? He get the scratching his head. He get the dancing all around, doing all this shit, right? It lets you know he lying. Yeah, you see he's scratching his leg. He's scratching his head. Everything's itching now. You know, when the lies start kicking in, his body start itching. You see that shit. Look at it.
And again, I don't sue street niggas. I can show you on my phone, they wanted to name Big U. I could have hit him too. Baby, what I tell him? No, take his name out. I'm dealing with the entity. I got to deal with a street nigga in the
Definitely does the fake cough too. Definitely. Hold up. Let me pull this back some.
dig in and expose.
Right.
That's on your dumb ass. Right? But if you're not that, and again, I don't sue street niggas. I can show you on my phone, they wanted to name Big U. I could have hit him too. Baby, what I tell him? No, take his name out. I'm dealing with the entity. I got to deal with a street nigga in the street. But if you that and you a platform, I'm gonna come get you.
You hear Wack though? This how you know he the police. He's on this platform saying that I gotta deal with a street nigga in the street, but at the same time talking about a lawsuit. That just doesn't go at the same time. So you saying, all right, I'm gonna sue the business people, but I'm gonna take it to the street with the street people. Just saying this like it's normal. That boy working hard
all day long.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you.
Listen, if a situation pops up, what do? I just send the information to the legal. You ever heard them call me about a bill? I got my legal team from a very special person.
Huh?
Joseph Isgrove.
Who's that?
Googling. Very, very important person.
Yo, this nigga's crazy, man. Just, you know, you can look and see the lies just coming out of his eyes, his face.
Okay.
Very, very strong person. Don't look like me. Very respected Italian guy.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? My entertainment team came from there. My music team, my radio team, Suge Knight, that was the secret to my success, was Joseph Isgro. He gave me his independent radio team. I was the only dude running around here that can get music and songs in rotation on the radio like the majors.
So if you could do all this, right, why are you asking Birdman for a budget? If you had that much power to put anybody on the radio and, you know, you could do what you want, why would you need Birdman for a budget? If you so rich, you got all these connections, you wouldn't need Birdman for a budget. You wouldn't be on the joint talking about, hey, Birdman, do I got my budget? That wouldn't be coming out your damn mouth.
You want to know what was Wack niche? How did he get on? What was it so special about Wack that made people want to deal with him? It was that.
There we go. Do we want to talk about what we did last night? We had a little adventure last night.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, man. If you haven't already smashed that like button, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man, and share this live, man. Yeah, Wack is a liar, and all he does is lie. He makes up things. He just can't be truthful. And when you really listen to it, it's like he tell you he lying. You know, the stuff doesn't make sense. You know, it's like a third grader telling you they didn't steal the candy and you can see the candy stain in their mouth. It's like, yo, I see the stain. The dye is in your mouth. Oh, I didn't steal the candy. Yes, you did. You just ate it. No, I didn't steal the candy. That's what it is with Wack. Straight up. And it right there in your face. You know, but y'all see how he deflected from talking about how much the attorney cost. Yeah, that never got answered. He doesn't know anything about the attorney. He never gets a bill. So how much is your retainer fee? If you never get a bill from an attorney, what is your retainer fee? If you saying you pay a retainer fee. Man, that stuff don't even make sense, man. You know, it's all lies. And I don't think, you know, he's gonna win the lawsuit. I don't think so. Straight up. I don't think he's gonna win the lawsuit at all. But he's gonna act like it. You know, usually when you have like a lawsuit going on, it tells you in the paperwork, right, to not talk about it in detail, right? Wack is saying that he has an attorney. Wack's been talking about this stuff in detail for a long time, publicly. And it usually says, because I've sued somebody before, right? You know, it says in the paperwork that you shouldn't be talking about the case. But Wack's been publicly talking about the case the way he is, right? As if, you know, he was doing a favor for the case. This is why I think, you know, Wack's not gonna win the case. World Star ain't saying nothing. Wack's doing all this talking, and he's looking like a fool. Straight up. So I don't think Wack is gonna win the case. I think Wack knows he's not gonna win the case, so he's just talking about it to try to make it look like he won the case. Yeah, might as well. Hey, they done told him, the attorney probably told Wack, yeah, this ain't looking good. You're gonna lose the case, right? You don't have a ground, right? And Wack is just like, all right, I might as well just go to the internet and talk about it. Yeah, let me just go talk about it. Because this is what he does with anything. He sit there and lie about everything, make up stuff. But we know he's a lying individual. Straight up. Yeah. Go check out the merch, y'all. sbgbtv.com. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you would like us to promote anything for you, email me at sbgbtv@gmail.com. Become a member. It's only $3.99. You know, we appreciate you. If you're a member of the channel, put a 1 in the chat. Hey, now that's a good one. Jam Meeks, World Star, and Kimberly both quiet. Yeah. Yeah. Ain't saying nothing. Ain't saying nothing. You know. But Wack, you know, he running his yappers. Can't help it. You know, the lion individual he is. He cannot help it. He gotta lie. All the time. Yeah. But I know something ain't right with the dude all the way around the board. Yeah, he's not right. Not at all. He's not right, man. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with SBGB TV. Dustin, Too's Much, Jam Meeks. And shout out to everybody that watches the channel, man. You know, yeah. We're going to keep going in. And we locked in, you know. Appreciate all y'all, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Smash that like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. You know, we appreciate that. Get it going around the algorithm. And yeah, we locked in, man. Big facts. Y'all know what it is, man. Appreciate you. Too's Much. Appreciate you. You already know, man. All he does is lie. That's it. That's all Wack does is lie, man. He's a liar. That's him. He is a liar. He can't tell the truth. Truth don't fit Wack. His whole image is a lie. He's a lie. The life that he said he lived is a lie. But what we do know, yeah, he was running around with Suge and Big U. Reggie Wright said it. He admitted it, that he was extorting shit. Yeah. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. I appreciate everybody. And y'all already know what it is, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Nah.